Hello, I'm John Rushton, the emotions expert. There seems to be a lot today in the press and the media and everywhere you go on subjects like gender dysphoria, trans people, who is a man, who is a woman, and all of these kind of things. And for the vast majority of the population, that is not a problem whatsoever. Men know they're men and women know they're women. And I think it's 0.02% of the population have dysphoria or something of that nature. It may be slightly different, but anyway, it's less than 1%. So why the vast majority, 99% of the population, should get into the situation of being told by these 1% what they should do, how they should think, how they should feel, what they should be called and how they should be called, is beyond belief. The majority of people get on reasonably well with each other on a daily basis, and they have no problems whatsoever in their sexuality or their thought process pertaining to it. The vast majority of people regarding trans people have no problems whatsoever with it. If you want to take your bits of your body away or add bits to your body, that's entirely up to you. It's your life. It's not anybody else's life. And I think what people don't want is for them to be drawn in to somebody else's life because they deem that this is what they should be told and how they should be looked upon. How people look upon you is based upon yourself. Other people have no interest in the vast majority of other people's lives because they have something called their own life. And it's more difficult enough today than anything but to carry on living that life with the rising costs of living and food and climate and everything else. And they want to live it as best they can. So why other people should start talking about how they want to be called and why they want to be called and who they think they are, and they want to be, if you want to dress up as a woman, dress up as a woman. If you want to dress up as a man, dress up as a man. Don't tell me about what you do and why you want to do it, because I don't want to know. I don't care. I have no interest whatsoever. There are millions of people and I don't know what their lives are, what they do, how they work, who their partners are, what they eat, where they go on holiday, what their homes are like, why they drive the cars they do, why they have the children they have. That's down to them. It's called a personal situation in life. And that's what everybody really wants. They don't want the press and the media to say, well, I'm a trans and therefore you should do this and I should have this. These are your choices. These are all your personal choices. And I know there are some anomalies, but there are anomalies in life throughout everything that we do. Nothing is plain sailing or straightforward, but it's getting over it. It's just a few that seem to have this mental aberration as that the world owes them something, and because they've gone on to have some kind of sexual transformation, that the world should actually bow down to them. And it's not going to happen because most people don't even know. The majority of people don't care. And at the end of the day, what is the purpose? I mean, how far are you going to go forward with this? Is it going to make such a difference to your life? You're saying you want to be accepted, but you're making yourself less and less acceptable by making an issue out of everything. If you allowed things to go on your own particular way, then people would accept it. People accept what people do with genuinity and honesty and not make an issue out of it. If you make an issue out of something, people back away because they don't want to be a part of it, particularly if it's of no concern to them whatsoever. It's one of the things that, you know, the pronouns, what you want to be called. Most people are not going to change the pronouns. He is going to be for men and she's going to be for women. And if comics make jokes, that's fine, because jokes are just that. They are what they are. They're not people who make the jokes or the comedians are not there to be told and lectured by everybody else. Oh, you can't say that about them. You can't do this. They can say what they like. This is called free speech. If you don't like them, don't watch it. If you're going to be offended, that's your choice. When people are offended, it's a choice you make. It's nothing to do with the police. Being offended is a choice, A choice is a personal thing, and your personal things are nothing to do with the police or anybody else or any organisation or anything about anybody else in society. It's all about you. These are your choices. If you get upset, it's because you've chosen to get upset. If you laugh, it's because you've chosen to laugh, because you find it funny. You find there's humour in it. Regardless of whether it's tasteful or not, you find it funny. You see the humour in what is being said, and therefore you laugh accordingly. It's all of these things. And a small group of people going out and about, wanting to change everybody and tell people what they should and shouldn't do, they're going to be ostracized because you're just becoming a pain in the neck. And these are your choices to do what you want. Whether it's right or wrong, that's another subject, but nobody particularly cares anyway. This is all about how it is for yourself. And for the average person, you go on living your life the way you want to live it, the way it makes you feel comfortable, and not what somebody else deems that you should do to make them feel comfortable. They have to adapt to the majority or adapt to the society that they want to live in, not make waves about things which they can't understand just because it's a temporal thing or they're somewhere living in a limbo land. This is not what it's about. You either get to grips with who you are and what you are, which most people do, one way or another. Even if you're a straight human being and you have problems with your own body functions and whatever, you have to get to grips with it, because if you don't, nobody else can. This is all about you. Your life is about yourself. It's not about anybody else. What others think and feel has nothing to do with you. It's about them. Other people's opinions of you is about them. It's how they think and they feel, and they resent other people telling them how they should look, how they should think, how they should feel, what they should say. Who are you? Are you Hitler's love child? Is there something fundamentally wrong with your views of life? Or is your life so different that you cannot fit in with anybody else? It's one of these things which you must do in life. Fit in some way. If you want to stand out, stand out. It's nice to see misfits because it actually enhances life. You get lots of creative people that stand out on a limb because they don't fit in. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with actually standing out on your own and doing your thing. This is what life is. It's your freedom to do it. It's your ability to do it. And if it makes you feel cool and wonderful and marvelous, you'll generally be respected for it, because people will like to see that. They'll see there's a degree of acceptability within you of who you are, and they will feel comfortable because of the auric atmosphere that's given out by it. But if you do something to make yourself look outrageous for the sake of it, then that's the response you will get, outrage. And whether people want to go any further or ignore you, that's their choice, and you should respect their choices, because you've actually had a choice to do that, and their choice is equally as good as to ignore it and reject you because they don't like it. It's not them, and there's no reason why they should like you at all. Absolutely none whatsoever. There's nothing to do with hate or anything. People don't like sprouts or various things like that, but you don't ban vegetables. This is a life which you've chosen for yourself. You've got it, you lie with it, and you make it the best you can. And that's all you can do. You can only make your life the best you can. You can do no more, and nobody can do anything else about it whatsoever. What other people think of you, as I just mentioned, is about them, and therefore you've really got to be thick-skinned and ignore the comments and go your way. And the more you go your way, the better life will get, because you'll find that there's a freedom within that. But if you buck the trend all the time, then expect other people to do the same. They will just ignore you because it'll be a waste of time for them. This is your life. Make the best of it you can.